Hi, I'm Bridget, Systems and Self-Care Witch. I help creatives who are stuck in chaos explore resourceful systems, find new tools, and uncover the truth and joy that's already there through customized Notion systems, rituals, and resources that bring clarity and allow you to get shit done. Today, we're talking about my 3 favorite tools that I use to make systems in both my personal life and my business. Let's get into it. So what the fuck is a system anyway? According to Google Dictionary, a system is a set of principles or procedures according to which something's done. It's an organized framework or method. Why is it important to recognize the systems and methods in which we do things? When you get clear on using systems that work for you, then you're able to harness your magical powers, your energy in the direction of your desires instead of feeling really chaotic and spread out. I believe this is especially important for neurodivergent folks as we're navigating this neurotypical world. It's really structured for just typical people. And these might not be the best ways in which we're able to show up and get things done. So by figuring out what does work for us and what doesn't work for us individually, we're able to come up with systems that can support us instead of work against us. And so then instead of feeling filled with anxiety and chaos and overwhelm and exhaustion when trying to do what we want to do, we're able to flow with more ease and focus on the other things in life that are more important to us, like connecting with our community, being creative, hanging out with people that we love, etc. Whatever you love the most, whatever you're determined is important in your life, you've got more energy to put into those things. Now, what are my 3 favorite tools for building my own systems? I could not live, at this point, I couldn't live without these 3 things. And the first one is my Google Calendar. Is it sexy? No. Not really, but it's hella essential for managing my personal life, my business, and my home. And I've got this baby color coded so that I know at a very quick glance what each block of time pertains to. I don't have to waste any time or energy trying to figure that out. How I have mine set up is I have 2 separate calendars. I've got one for my personal life and one for my business. And each calendar has a specific color that shows up as the little sidebar in each event. So no matter if I am looking at my personal calendar or my business calendar, I know which event belongs to which part of my life simply by the small strip of color on the left side. And I'm not sure if I said this, but I have those 2 calendars synced together. So whenever I add an event on one calendar, it automatically shows it to me on the other calendar as well. So I'm not missing anything. I've seen a bunch of people online get really creative with their Google Calendar and make custom colors for the different events because they don't like the Google Cal colors, or if maybe it bumps up your dopamine and gives you a lot of joy to change the colors. But for me, I just keep it super simple and I use what's already there. And this is how I break my colors down in case you're interested. So my personal calendar is blue and my business calendar is light green. For any work events, those are going to be green. So that's why I chose my overall business calendar color to be green. So I use the darker green for general work focus. This is just for me really to do time blocking just so I can see the overall structure of when I'm going to be at my desk working. And then I use the light green for if I have any work appointments or sessions. I use red for other appointments, which could be health, personal, home, anything like that, anything that I got to be somewhere for. I use yellow for anything fitness related, like my workouts, doing yoga. Purple is my fun color, so if I'm going to do any hobbies or go out with friends. I use blue as my overall home color. That's why my personal calendar is blue. So that also for me includes anything to do with family. And then I use dark blue to denote my meal times. And I use gray because it's the most boring color as my commute. So anything that I have to drive somewhere to, I'll put that in as a commute so that I know that I am not missing out on any time. It helps me with time blindness and things like that to really be able to see those things like commute times in there as well. I started color coding my calendar way back in college on my iCal, and I'm fairly certain that this is a huge reason why I was able to make it through all of my classes, multiple jobs, leadership positions. My ADHD brain really needed this colorful structure, and I'm eternally grateful. At a certain point, the iCal just wasn't cutting it, so I switched up to Google Cal. I primarily use my calendar to keep track of appointments, when and where I need to be places, and so that I can visually, colorfully see the general structure of my week or my day. So I know when I'll be working, eating, taking care of my health, doing physical activity, playing. I utilize the location property, so it's super easy for me to click the event, click the location, and then it pops up in my Maps app, so I know where I'm going. And what I don't use my Google Calendar for is for specific tasks, especially related to my business. I use Google Calendar more for the overall structure and appointments. And then I flip to my second favorite resource for systems, and that is Notion for all of the specific tasks and details. If you've been around here for a while now, you know that I absolutely can't live without Notion. So I manage my entire life basically within Notion, my health, my hobbies, home tasks, my business operations and tasks. Notion is really great because it is so freaking customizable. And so that gives me the opportunity to get really granular on my tasks and to keep it all organized in a way that makes sense for my brain. I know what tasks are helping me make headway on a specific project, and then I've got all of the info that I need to complete the task right on that Notion page or containing a link to tell me where I need to go. My favorite way to track my tasks is on my daily dashboard. I have a weekly view of my tasks in a Kanban board by day, so I know what tasks I'm doing on which day of the week. I do have another video on my task management workflow in Notion that you can check out for more details on how I set that up and how I use my tasks. Scheduling tasks in Notion like this has its limitations though, especially for things that I need to do in the evening or other times of the day where I'm not at my computer, because I don't use Notion a lot on my phone, and when I do, I use it very specifically. So when I'm not at my computer, in those instances, that's where I rely on my Google Calendar. And for more specific tasks around my home, that's where we get into my third favorite resource, which is the Reminders app on my iPhone. I do use the Reminders app on my iPhone in conjunction with Siri. And these two things for me just go hand in hand. And this I mainly use for day-to-day things in my personal life. In order for the Reminders app to be effective, I need the reminder to pop up on my phone and stay on my lock screen until I mark it complete. And for this to happen, it's not just enough to add a reminder to the list and ask Siri to remind me. I actually have to give it a time and day, a specific time and day, so that it will pop up on my screen at that time. Otherwise, I've realized that everything will just be on a reminders list inside the app, which is absolutely useless because I never really actually open the app and go into it. I never remember to go in and check that list. So the way that I do it is that I tell Siri to either remind me at a specific time or in a specific time interval from now. And then I say what I want her to remind me of. And I give as much detail as I can so that when that reminder pops up, I don't have to guess about any of the details. And this is really handy for me in situations where I know I'll have my phone on me. So for example, if I need to water the plants upstairs, I will tell her to remind me in 1 minute to bring up the watering can. And so I use the 1 minute thing a lot just because I know that it will, if it's something that I want to be reminded of and do like soon, I'll just tell her to remind me in 1 minute. That way I know it's gonna like almost immediately pop up on my screen. So if I'm downstairs, I'll see that on my phone and then I'll remember, oh, okay, I'm going upstairs, let me bring the watering can with me. And I thought I'd hit you with a bonus tool that I use because this is another one that I use all the time throughout my week, and that is my alarm app on my iPhone. I use this in any situation where I have an appointment, I have somewhere to be, mostly things that I need to leave the house for, or if I have an online, like a Zoom meeting or something like that. So in the morning, I will check my Google Calendar for any appointments that day, and then I'll calculate the travel time, which is easy at this point because I've already inputted it in the location info into the event. So I'll check out that commute time, and then I set my alarm for 10 minutes before I have to leave the house because I know that the snooze function on the alarm gives me 9 more minutes. So when that alarm goes off, I hit the snooze and I know that I need to get my ass in gear. I've got just enough time to use the bathroom, put on some pants, put my shoes on, grab my water bottle, my snacks, so that I'm able to walk out the door when the snooze goes off. And then I'm not feeling like I am urgently rushing to get to where I need to be on time. This also helps to alleviate time blindness, anxiety, and panicking about when to leave and all the last minute getting ready to get out the door stuff. Those are my 3 favorite pieces of software and your bonus one. So for building and maintaining systems that allow me to show up and get shit done in my life with more ease. I'd love to hear what your favorites are down in the comments. Do you use any of those ones that I use? And I would really love to hear how you use them as well. And if you haven't been aware of building yourself supportful systems until now, I'd love to hear what you're excited about in starting on this journey. If you'd like to get started or to up your systems game within Notion, please check out my shop page. I've got a bunch of really great templates to help you get started. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.